After an astounding streak of 43 consecutive finishes, Max Verstappen's incredible run has hit a sudden roadblock. But what really raises eyebrows is Sergio Perez's post-race comments, hinting at brewing trouble for Red Bull. It's not every day we see Red Bull facing defeat. Verstappen hadn't missed a Grand Prix win since last September's Singapore race, and interestingly, it was Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari who ended his dominance then. Now, once again, Sainz has halted Verstappen's streak. So, what caused the Verstappen and Red Bull powerhouse to stumble? Is the setback in Australia a mere anomaly or the start of a concerning trend? And what exactly did Perez reveal that suggests potential trouble for Red Bull in their ongoing battle against Ferrari? Let's find out. The Australian Grand Prix witnessed an unexpected twist as Max Verstappen neared rewriting history yet again. After his impressive streak at Monza last September, where he surpassed Sebastian Vettel's record for consecutive race victories, some thought it would remain unbeaten for a long time. However, just a few months later, Verstappen emerged once more, ready to make history in Melbourne. With his pole position secured, expectations were high for the three-time Formula One world champion to dominate the race, especially considering his stellar performance in the opening rounds of the season. However, what unfolded on race day was beyond anyone's prediction. A comfortable 1-2 for Ferrari, led by Carlos Sainz, who had recently undergone an appendectomy. As the race commenced, Verstappen initially held a 1-second lead over Sainz by the end of the opening lap. However, Sainz quickly closed the gap, utilizing the DRS zone between turns 1 and 3 to his advantage. Sainz felt confident he could challenge Verstappen, especially when he saw Verstappen struggle to control his car in turn 3. With a bit of luck and good driving, Sainz managed to pass Verstappen and take the lead, much to the delight of the spectators. On lap 5, a sudden twist left spectators in disbelief as Max Verstappen encountered a significant setback. His Red Bull RB20 began to slow down, causing him to drop back in the field due to a major issue with the right rear brake. The problem escalated quickly, resulting in visible flames emanating from the rim of his car. Despite Verstappen's attempt to manage the situation, the severity of the issue led to his retirement from the race. As he entered the pits, it became evident that his race was over. This marked a significant moment for world champion Verstappen, as it was his first mechanical retirement since the Melbourne race in 2022, when he encountered a fuel system issue. Since then, he has dominated the track, winning an impressive 35 out of the subsequent 43 races. With Verstappen out of contention, Carlos Sainz found himself in a comfortable position, maintaining a considerable lead over Lando Norris's McLaren for the remainder of the race. As for Sergio Perez, he initially made promising progress from his penalty-imposed 6th place starting position. His impressive performance drew attention, particularly as he managed to overtake the Mercedes drivers. However, his momentum waned as the race progressed. While he successfully passed Fernando Alonso's Aston Martin with assistance from Alonso himself, Perez's pace diminished after encountering an unexpected obstacle. A tear-off visor strip lodged itself under his car's underfloor, resulting in a loss of downforce and subsequently diminishing his threat to the McLaren cars for the remainder of the race. Red Bull team boss Christian Horner explained what happened. He said, "We went long on the first stint, and his actual pace when he was coming through the field on the hard tyre as he closed in on Fernando was strong and matched that of the leaders. Then, literally as he's passed Fernando, he's picked off a tear-off underneath the floor, and it's got lodged in an area that's caused significant load loss." Following the race, Max Verstappen reflected on the disappointment of his untimely retirement, acknowledging the inevitability of such setbacks in the sport. Verstappen stated, "We had a lot of good races in a row, a lot of basically good reliability, and I knew the day would come that you end up having a retirement, and unfortunately, that day was today." Despite his frustration at missing out on a potential victory, Verstappen remained focused on the bigger picture, emphasizing, "As long as we win the championship, that's the most important." When asked what would happen in the coming races, Verstappen radiated confidence in both his own abilities and the potential of his team. The Dutch driver stated, "I know I'm confident with the car. I feel good, especially on Saturday. I just want to have a good weekend again and feel good with the car." Verstappen's retirement from the Australian Grand Prix didn't shake up the championship standings too much. Despite his exit, he still holds the lead by a slim margin. With Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez trailing closely, the battle for the championship remains tight. The absence of Carlos Sainz in Jeddah after his Melbourne win also plays a role, leaving him trailing by 11 points. Red Bull is wasting no time in getting to the bottom of Verstappen's car troubles. They are determined to investigate the issue thoroughly before the next race in Suzuka, and Verstappen is confident that they will resolve it swiftly. However, Perez doesn't believe that Verstappen's retirement changed the outcome of the race much. He admits that even if Verstappen had stayed in the race, it's unlikely he would have won against the Ferraris. Perez acknowledges Ferrari's superior pace throughout the weekend, especially in tyre management. He recognizes the need for improvement, particularly in managing front tyres, to match Ferrari's performance on similar tracks. When asked if he thinks Ferrari would have won even if Verstappen hadn't retired, Perez said, "Absolutely, yes." Perez also conceded he lacked the pace to put himself in contention for victory. He said, "We didn't have the pace, unfortunately. I think we struggled early on. We could see that Ferrari and McLaren were a step ahead of us. I think we just couldn't get the balance in the window. There's some work to do for the coming races. It was a very unique tarmac, and just throughout the weekend we were not able to manage the best possible grip level." Sergio Perez's concern about Red Bull's pace indicates that Ferrari has unlocked some potential with their car, which has caught Red Bull off guard. So what exactly did Ferrari do differently in Australia, and why should Red Bull be concerned? Ferrari showcased exceptional performance in Australia, indicating a significant improvement in their car's capabilities. They made strategic decisions regarding their setup and aerodynamics, which play to their strengths on the track. Ferrari managed to find the right balance between generating high downforce in fast corners and maintaining good top speed, especially excelling in the mechanical grip department. To optimize the car's performance, Ferrari made several key adjustments tailored to their drivers' preferences. They stiffened the front suspension to enhance the car's responsiveness in low corners, addressing previous issues with rear grip by maintaining consistency in rear wing specifications. Additionally, incorporating a one-element beam wing reduced drag without compromising overall balance, ensuring competitive speeds on long straights. Despite challenges such as bumpy surfaces and anticipated higher temperatures, Ferrari's engineering team remained proactive. They strategically shifted the car's balance to the rear to mitigate rear tire degradation, which is vital for traction in the race's traction zones. These adjustments proved instrumental in preventing tire graining and maintaining optimal temperature throughout the race, ultimately securing victory for the SF24. Although Leclerc faced minor struggles due to the car's neutral balance, his pace remained commendable. His confidence in Ferrari's potential was evident post-race, highlighting their strong foundation for future competitions. With Ferrari's impressive showing in Melbourne, if Verstappen had not retired, he would have faced a fierce challenge from Sainz for victory. Looking ahead, the upcoming races will be crucial in determining Ferrari's trajectory following their remarkable performance in Australia. Suzuka, often regarded as the final exam for single-seaters, will test all aspects of the car's capabilities. Ferrari has undeniably made significant strides compared to last year, addressing weaknesses and narrowing the gap with Red Bull. The SF24 provides a solid foundation for further development throughout the season, boasting impressive downforce generated by the bodywork and floor. Its neutral balance and stable platform make it a drivable car for the drivers, further enhancing Ferrari's prospects. However, Red Bull still appears to hold a slight edge, particularly in terms of tire management during races and lap times. Nonetheless, if Ferrari can maintain their performance and closely trail Red Bull in Japan, they stand a chance to further close the gap with a series of planned upgrades. If Ferrari continues to perform well and closes the gap with Red Bull, winning the Constructors' Championship could become a realistic goal for the Italian team. Ferrari has proved their ability to seize opportunities and bounce back from setbacks, showing their determination to compete at the highest level of Formula One. What do you think? Should Red Bull be concerned?